Hello, this is the Better Business Bureau Education Foundation in Houston, Texas. My name is Jennifer Salazar, and I'm the Program Director of the Texas Senior Medicare Patrol. In 2002, the BBB Education Foundation in Houston was awarded the Senior Medicare Patrol grant. We were just renewed another 5 years. Our grant covers the whole great state of Texas, all 254 counties. So now you have a friend at the BBB and the Texas S&P. If you ever need to reach us, the Texas Senior Medicare Patrol hotline number is 888-341-6187, and my direct line is 713-341-6184. Today we're going to talk about the coronavirus scams. Scammers read the headlines. Scammers watch the news, and they like to take something real and turn it into a scam. So what they're doing now is they're using the coronavirus, this public health emergency, as an opportunity for new fraud. And unfortunately, because older adults are at greater risk for serious illness from the coronavirus, these scammers are targeting this population more and more. The scams we're going to discuss today are robocalls, supply misrepresentation, price gouging, cyber crimes, Zoom bombing, stimulus check scams, investment scams, fake charities, and Medicare scams. That is a lot to cover, but unfortunately the scammers have been very busy. So let's start with robocalls. I know all of us hate those robocalls. So what the scammers are doing now with robocalls is they are calling saying that due to coronavirus, would you like new healthcare coverage? And they're doing cold calls, and they may pretend to be from health insurance agencies. Did you know that 60% of calls on your cell phone, your mobile phone, are fraudulent? They're from robos. And the worst thing you can do when you get a robocall is press a number. Because when you press a number, you are verifying that you are a real human being. And that scammer is going to use your phone number over and over again for different scams. Even if the recording says press 1 or press 2, don't do it. Hang it up. And here's a fun fact. Last year, Texas was #1 for receiving the most robocalls in the nation, with about 157 per resident. Again, just hang up. Also, look out for phony text. Please beware, there is no online test for coronavirus. Also, phony text messages claiming to be from the government. The government will not contact you by a text message, trust me. Also, these text messages may offer a free test, and they'll ask for your personal information and your credit card number for shipping and handling. No matter what, don't click on it. Do not click on it. Delete it. And again, and we're going to stress this over and over and over today in today's presentation, remember, government agencies do not communicate through text messages. Don't answer calls from numbers you do not recognize. Scammers have a technology called spoofing, and what they do is they can change the phone number in your caller ID. They can make it look like it's an official number from the government. They can make it look like Medicare, the IRS. They can make it look like it's your neighbor. What they love to do is take the first 3 digits of your phone number and your area code and call you. So you might think it's your neighbor. The best thing to do is let your calls go to your voicemail. You can also contact your mobile carrier and use the services in their applications to prevent some of these calls from coming in. They're called scam blockers. But the best and cheapest method to go is don't pick up calls that you don't recognize, even if it looks similar to your phone number. Supply misrepresentation. So supply misrepresentation comes in many different forms. It could come door to door through flyers or people acting like they're officials. It could be advertisements like medical grade mask. Could be fraudulent ads for vaccines, virus kits, genetic testing. But wait, there's always more. Scam, watch out for the following fraudulent health products. Scam websites claiming to sell face masks online. Phone online stores may look legitimate, but take a closer look. For example, the prices are higher, or it's a fake business contact. Always look at the address, always look at the phone number. Go research it on the internet. See if you can find it. See if it's a real source. Check their website URL. And believe it or not, scammers may even impersonate folks from the World Health Organization or the Centers for Disease Control or other officials. Watch out for senior care packages. You may get a phone call acting like it's a government official saying that they care about you and they are making sure that everyone 60 and older in America has a senior care package. And the senior care package includes mask, hand sanitizer, gloves. All we need is your Medicare number or we need a payment. This is a scam. There are no senior care packages, period. Also, I want you to be aware of miracle cures. There is no cure for the coronavirus. The Federal Trade Commission sent out letters to companies claiming that they had a cure. This is false. Some of these were teas, oils, but be very careful because if you actually do order these items, it could be dangerous to your health. Some may be harmless, but some may be dangerous. You don't know what they're putting in to that product. Price gouging. Let's go over the definition of price gouging. It's basically when a seller spikes the price of goods, service, or commodities to a level much higher than is considered reasonable or fair and is considered to be unethical. So this is basically when prices are more than 15%, if not passed by wholesalers. This is illegal. It's unethical, period. Please, if anyone suspects price gouging during a declared state of emergency, please report it to the BBB. The Houston BBB's number is 713-868-9500. Or you can also file a complaint on our website at www.bbbhou.org. The Texas Attorney General's Office. I also want you to file any complaints on price gouging with the Texas Attorney General's Office. You can do so online on their website, by email, or by their telephone number at 800-621-0508. Let's discuss cybercrime. Cybercrime, this comes in so many different forms. We call it clickbait imposters. This is when scammers send you emails, text, Facebook. They're trying to get you to click on their message, and then they're going to load a virus to your computer. Now, they might even act like they're trusted resources, like the Department of Health, the World Health Organization, or the CDC. Okay? So be very, very cautious. Look out for phony websites, especially those that they send to you. Make sure they're authentic. Sometimes these websites look authentic, but remember, scammers can steal addresses, logos, photos, graphics of real companies and agencies. And also keep in mind, online sellers claim that they have high demand products like cleaning supplies, toilet paper, medical supplies, health products, and they'll never deliver it. You could place a big order, but then never receive that. I want you to be suspicious of testimonials. These can be easily made up, and they're not a substitute for scientific evidence, okay? And I want you to be very, very leery of products that claim to offer a cure. Again, there is no cure for the coronavirus. Also, when you go to a doctor's office and you are diagnosed with cancer, the doctor's not going to say, we're going to cure you of cancer. They can say, we're going to treat you for cancer. Okay? So be leery when anybody throws the word cure around. Phishing emails. This is not the kind of phishing I like to do on the weekends. Unfortunately, scammers can send you emails that have viruses attached to them. And a lot of times they'll do this in the form of asking for donations, financial relief, or maybe you're going to get a refund on that airline ticket or that cruise. Also, testing kits, and some are offering products like fake cures. Again, there's that word, cures. I want you to be aware of the fake websites we were just discussing, especially if you get it in a link. For example, it might say, click here at ccn.com instead of cnn.com. If you do want to check out a story, go to that actual official website by typing it in. Don't click on a link because that link could be a scammer. And the reason why we tell you not to click on links is because scammers can infect your computer. They have something called malware. It's a virus. It can be delivered in a coronavirus theme email. It installs viruses or steals your personal information. The way they do this is if you went to your bank online, if you did online banking and you're looking at your bills, did you know the scammer loads the virus to your computer because you clicked on an email? And they can actually go to the same website you went to, and they can do something called log keystrokes. What does that mean? They can figure out the passwords that you typed into your computer. Now they have access to your bank account. Also, do not click on any links or other attachments from unknown senders. If you don't recognize the person that's sending you the email, don't click on it. And another tip is when you do get an email from someone, if you put your mouse, which is your cursor, on top of their name and give it a few seconds, the actual email address will pop up. And it might not even be your friend. Somebody could have hacked into their email. So that's a way to verify if the person's legitimate or not. Let's talk about Zoom bombing. Okay, Zoom bombing. A lot of people around the world are using Zoom for work. They're also using it to have dance parties or to talk to their friends. But we just want you to be aware that unfortunately some scammers have hacked into these sessions. So you just need to be very careful. Like host on public channels, making them accessible to anyone. Hijackers can sometimes guess the correct URL, giving them access. And also enable embedded passwords in meeting link for one-click join. This prevents the criminal from accessing your meeting. And the BBB, we have a wonderful resource for anyone that is teleworking. All they have to do is go to our website at bbb.org/small business. And we have great tips for teleworking at that website. Stimulus check scams. Scammers are already sending out fake checks. They're contacting people through text messages, emails, phone, and even social media. In fact, they're even promising grants related to the stimulus check, promising more money. Please be suspicious of envelopes that may look official, stamped, open immediately, do not bend, are time sensitive. No matter what the message is, do not click on any links or attachments concerning the stimulus package. These are some tips to keep you safe against the stimulus checks, scams. All right, first off, you don't need to do anything. The federal government already has your information. You do not need to give any personal information to anyone. nor do you need to sign up for your check. So if you get a phone call trying to verify your address, hang it up because the government already has your information. Although not confirmed, it appears funds will start going out in the next couple of weeks. Now, some people have received their direct deposit. Now, there's a lot of information going on about the stimulus checks right now, but not everybody knows everything. And unfortunately, scammers will use this lack of detail to try to trick you. They're going to learn everything they can to try to trick you on the stimulus check. When in doubt, check it out. Call the BBB or call a local trusted official. Investment scams. So be very cautious of investment scams, especially during this pandemic, because fraudsters are really trying to persuade potential investors to be a part of their funding right now, their fictitious funding. They're lying. What they're doing is they are focusing on small private investors, and fraudsters may give victims confidence that they're going to have big early returns, okay? And we're going to discuss this a little more in this presentation. But basically, what these scammers are doing is they're trying to get you to invest in their company and promising a big return on financials. I want you to keep the next things in mind if you do want to invest, okay? First off, legitimate investment companies do not cold call people. They're not going to call you over the phone promising you all this money, especially out of the blue. They're not going to call you. Professional looking websites, advertisement, or social media posts don't always mean that it is a genuine investment opportunity. Again, remember, scammers can steal logos, they can steal graphics, they can steal pictures, okay? They use reputable brand names to appear legitimate. And be very suspicious of all others that be suspicious of all offers that are too good to be true. Anything that's too good to be true is usually a scam. It's like I was always told growing up, nothing in life is free but your mama's loving. Same with this. If it's too good to be true, it's probably a scam. Fake charities and donations. So, fake charity and donation request. Scam emails try to con people into donating fake fundraisers. Watch out for common sounding names. For example, if you use a charity a lot and you get an email from the charity and at the end of the name might be an S, it's plural now. That may be a typo, but it also may be a scammer because they know that you're so used to giving to that charity, you might accidentally click it and it's not going to the real charity. We have a wonderful tool at the BBB. It's the bbbgive.org. You can verify a charity before making a donation. Also, the BBB Wise Giving Alliance suggests donors consider giving to experience relief organizations. Also, be very wary of GoFundMe accounts because how do you know if that person is legitimate? And you don't know if it's your friend or not your friend. You need to call that person and verify if it's true or not true or a family member. Medicare scams. So fraudsters are attempting to bill Medicare for scam tests or treatment related to the coronavirus and are targeting individuals to illegally obtain Medicare numbers or money. And let me tell you this, a Medicare number is easily worth $30,000, not to you, to a scammer. And not only that, if you have a service that was provided by Medicare and you need it in the future, you could be denied. So if a scammer calls and offers you, for example, like a walker or a wheelchair, and you say yes, and you give them your Medicare number, and you receive that, did you know that you could be denied that in the future if you really need it? Because they're sending you junk. They're not sending you the real deal. If you need equipment, if you need to see your doctor, go through your doctor's office at all times. There's a lot of good news with Medicare coverage during the coronavirus. Medicare wants to ensure that it keeps its beneficiaries safe. So what they have done is Medicare Part B, which is your medical insurance. It covers corona tests when ordered by your doctor or healthcare provider on or before February 4th, 2020. Medicare covers all medically necessary hospitalization, including extra days in the hospital for patients who had to stay longer due to quarantine. There is no vaccine for this disease, but if one ever becomes available, Medicare will cover it. Also, Medicare has recently expanded coverage of telehealth services to enable beneficiaries to access a wider range of services from their provider without having to travel to a facility. This includes access to doctors, nurses, clinical psychologists, and licensed clinical social work. During this time, during this emergency, there are always more options for the ways your providers can talk to you. This is wonderful because Medicare wants to keep you safe from having this virus. So they're doing everything they can to make sure that you are still seeing your doctors and your providers in the safety of your home. If you have detailed questions about Medicare coverage, please contact your local state health insurance assistance program, known as the SHIP. You can contact them at 1-877-839-2675. And the Texas Senior Medicare Patrol. The Texas Senior Medicare Patrol is ready to help you. We protect, detect, and report. So basically, protect yourself from Medicare fraud, errors, and abuse. Detect potential fraud, error, and abuse by looking at your Medicare summary notice. And when in doubt, report it. Contact the Texas Senior Medicare Patrol. We take a look. If it's a possible error, we work with the doctor and the provider to fix the error. If it's possible abuse or fraud, we build that information and we send it to the proper Medicare control units to look into. We have trained volunteers to educate and empower Medicare beneficiaries in the fight against healthcare fraud. We can help with your questions, concerns, or complaints about potential fraud and abuse issues. It also can provide information and educational presentations. Due to the coronavirus, our team is not doing any live presentations. However, if you'd like, we could set up a WebEx and do a WebEx presentation for you or your organization. Please contact the Texas Senior Medicare Patrol if you ever need help with Medicare fraud, error, or abuse. The Texas Senior Medicare Patrol is 1-888-341-6187. Now we want to go over facts and tips to keep you safe from this virus scams. First off, we've been telling you that you will not get calls from local officials, but you need to remember that the CDC, that's the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, and other public health officials may contact you if they believe you may have been exposed to the virus, but they will never, ever, ever ask for your insurance or financial information. They will not ask for this, okay? They're just letting you know you've been exposed, but they're not going to go into questions about Medicare numbers or financial or insurance. I want you to be aware of the following tips. I know that we've already talked about a lot of this, but we just want to go through them one more time. Be cautious of anyone who comes to your door offering free corona testing treatment or supplies. Don't click on links from services you don't know, which could put your computer or device at risk. Make sure the anti-malware and antivirus software on your computer is up to date. Be cautious when purchasing medical supplies from unverified sources, including online advertisement, email, and phone solicitations. Ignore online offers for vaccines. If you see ads about prevention on products for cures for this virus, they are most likely a scam. Do your homework before making a donation to a charity or crowdfunding site due to a public health emergency. You worked very hard for your money. Please don't just give it out. And I want you to also be very wary of any charity request that is requesting cash, gift card, or wire transfer. That's usually a telltale sign of a scam. Here we go again with investment opportunities. The U.S. Security and Exchange Commission is warning people about online promotions, including on social media, claiming that the product or services of publicly traded companies can prevent, detect, or cure coronavirus, and that the stocks of these companies will dramatically increase in value as a result. Do not give out your Medicare number to anyone other than your doctor or other healthcare provider. Protect your Medicare number like a credit card. Again, my friends, a Medicare number is easily worth $30,000. You worked hard to earn your quarters with Social Security to get your Medicare A and B. Please don't give out your number. Protect it. Carefully review your Medicare summary notice, known as your MSN, or your explanation of benefit. Please look for errors or claims for products or services that you never received. Your Medicare summary notice, you should be getting it every quarter, or you can access it at any time at mymedicare.gov. That's mymedicare.gov. Please follow the instructions of your state or local government for other action you should be taking in response to this virus. Contact your local senior Medicare patrol for help. And always remember, and again, we can't stress this enough, Medicare will never call you on the telephone ever. And remember, scammers have that special technology called spoofing where they can change that phone number in the caller ID. But remember, even if it says Medicare, it's not. It is a scam. Don't pick it up. We wanted to give you some helpful resources during this time. The Administration for Community Living, their website is listed. The Senior Medicare Patrol National Resource Center. This is in case we have any friends on the presentation today that are not from the great state of Texas. You can go to this link. It gives you updates on Medicare fraud and the scams, but it can also direct you to your local Senior Medicare Patrol. Our number is listed at the Texas Senior Medicare Patrol. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention's website is listed. The Federal Trade Commission is listed, and Medicare is listed. Thank you so much for attending our presentation today. Remember, scammers never take a holiday. They're watching the news, and they will do anything they can to try to get your personal information and get your money. Please be careful, and when in doubt, check it out. Please contact us. Thank you, and stay safe.